Manchester United have beaten Everton 3-0 away from home. Our biggest win of the season in the league. We finally won by more than one goal and scored 3 goals. Pleased with the victory there, 3-0, but obviously the performance is still nowhere near what Manchester United want to be going long term. But fair play, Manchester United the last few games have at least won some games of football and have moved a bit further up the Premier League table. I thought that Ten Hag was a dead man walking. He may still not succeed at Manchester United, but fair play, he's managed to get some results lately, and that is what the most important thing for him is to keep winning games of football. But we do need to start playing a lot better than this when we play the better teams over the next couple of weeks. We had to win this game of football because we've got the likes of Newcastle, Chelsea, and I think Villa and Liverpool and shit coming up on the horizon, and they're going to be very difficult games. So we've got to win this, but we're getting closer to that top 4 now, which is crazy to think. I mean, we're not even that far off fucking teams like City, which is crazy considering how bad we played. Not a single draw this season, which is crazy for me. But the biggest talking point of this game was Kobbie Mainoo starting this game. Now, I think it is partly because Manchester United have got a number of injuries, but I believe that Kobbie Mainoo should have started a lot more games for Manchester United. Yes, he's been injured at the start of this season, which was unfortunate because he was brilliant in pre-season. And I'm just looking at the midfield. You've got Casemiro, who's at the end of his career and has been poor this season. You've got Eriksen, that's at the end of his career, injury problems, has had ups and downs. And he needs to slot him in, just give him some game time. Manchester United have been shit this season. We couldn't be any worse. And he was fantastic again today, like he was in pre-season. He started ahead of Amrabat as well in there. Amrabat's not been good enough for Manchester United this season. Mount hasn't been good enough for Manchester United this season. I don't want to see Mount starting ahead of this geezer. I don't care if Mount's cost a lot of fucking money. I never actually rated Mount to start with, but he's been given the fortress of the fact that the injuries have come and it's got him back into the first team. I don't know if the manager would have picked him if the injuries hadn't been there, but hopefully now he can keep his place in the team, because I don't want to see that if a couple of these players, Mount or Eriksen, come back from injury, that he's dropped, because that would be a kick in the bollocks. He needs to be given a few games and see where he is, but he's still only 18 years of age. He's going to have his ups and downs, but he was, for me, man of the match today. But we got off to a great start in the first 3 minutes. A worldie of a goal, just a sensational bicycle kick from Garnancho. Nice to see him getting a goal. He hasn't got probably enough goals for Manchester United yet, but that's 2 goals now this season for Garnancho. He's worked a lot better from coming off the bench, but it was nice to see him get that goal. I mean, he will need to chip him in more goals, maybe get some tap-ins as well at some point to get his goal tally up from maybe 5 goals a season to 10, 15 goals a season, which is what you would like to get from your winger, and maybe 10, 12 assists as well. But great goal. It was better than that Wayne Rooney goal against Man City, in my opinion. Just such a great goal. It's definitely the goal of the season so far in the Premier League, but one of the best bicycle kicks I've ever seen, certainly in the Premier League anyway. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't the pressure on that goal like there was with that Wayne Rooney one, because that made it 2-1 and Manchester United were going for the title, but it was still a better one. I mean, Rooney shinned it a little bit, but not taking anything away from Wayne Rooney's. It was sensational goal as well, but I just think that one was slightly better. And Manchester United were pretty shit in that first half, to be honest, but luckily we got a penalty at the start early in the second half, and when that went in, I thought Manchester United should be home and host. I mean, I know this season we've seen how poor we've been in terms of conceding goals, certainly in the Champions League, but I just thought Everton don't score a lot of goals either, and it's a long way back for them then. And luckily we managed to get the 3rd goal through Anthony Martial, who's come in for Højlund and got himself back on the score sheet, which is nice to see. All 3 forwards have got themselves on the score sheet. I know Rashford and Bruno weren't great today. Certainly Rashford was pretty poor again, but hopefully walloping that penalty and we're doing the world of good, because we need to get Rashford back scoring goals. We really do, because to get that goal tally up we really need a lot of goals. and we just haven't been. Our goal difference is probably still, I think it's still minus, which is crazy to think. That's the first time this season we won by more than 1 goal in the league. The only other time we've done this is in that League Cup game against Palace. But we've shown a bit of form, and Ten Hag's probably been the manager of the month, which is crazy to think. I know we haven't beaten anyone big in this run, so I'm not getting carried away at all. And we've not played well in these games, but at least we are now picking up points. And the other thing I wanted to mention is Onana is now playing a lot better for Manchester United than he was. I've been a bit critical. I was very sceptical when Manchester United signed Onana. I wasn't convinced that Onana was the guy for Manchester United, but lately he's been a lot better for Manchester United, and he's got to keep this up. He really has. We don't want to see what he done at the start of the season, because there were some horrendous errors in there at the start of the season, but it does look like he's improving a little bit now, which is good to see. It really is. Obviously Varane's still out the team as well, with Harry Maguire and Lindelof at the back. I mean, there's talks of a fallout there, but to be honest, I think Varane's days at Manchester United are numbered. You're looking at his age, his injury problems. I think his days are numbered, along with Casemiro and Eriksen. Their days are numbered. You've got to gradually ship them players out the team. You bring the likes of Kobe Mainoo in, younger players, and get a nice young hungry team moving forward, because them players are not going to take you to winning titles. They're past their prime. They've still maybe got a role on the bench, but they're past their prime. Anyway, the youngsters have come up today. Trumps, Garnancho and Kobe Mainoo, with the performances, with the goal and the performance of Kobe Mainoo to get Manchester United over the line in this game. We roll on to the Champions League and hope for a miracle to get through that Champions League group, or at worst, I would still like to get in the Europa League, because it's still a competition that we could win. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon.